So the other day, a man told me he didn't like women who are beautiful and know it. I have a sneaking suspicion the feeling's mutual, I told him. He did not like this. Some women are so stuck up, he says to me. No, society's just given you the mistaken impression that women only exist if you are there to validate them. I don't know how to tell you this, but we all have mirrors now. And we have eyes for picking out clothes that suit us. Yours are not required. You want to be worshipped by a goddess without having to be a god. All I hear when you say things like this is, strong women make me feel funny because I know I have nothing to offer them. And that's why women don't like you. So the other...
We are at a point in society where these people are out here conflating entitlement with strength. How disgusting is that, man? Nobody is intimidated by strong women. People don't like entitled people. I know that's a crazy concept, and like this girl, she might not be able to get her head around it, but men are not afraid of strong women. Like, nobody cares if you're strong. You're just walking around here, entitlement through the roof, thinking that you're deserving of the world. And wow, it's crazy. You know, it's almost like people don't like entitled people. But guys, what is going on? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's show, guys, we're going to be breaking down this TikTok, having a look at it together. So as we go through, feel free to leave your comments on your thoughts, guys. But before we do, guys, if you're new here, you're liking the videos, make sure you subscribe on your way in. Come and join the Discord, link in the description if you haven't already. And as always, guys, if you'd like to support the channel, make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description. If you're looking to become a supporter, that's a fantastic way to do it. And the link for that is somewhere below the video. And also, guys, we're going to be going over a couple of Reddit stories depending on how much time we have. And here's a sneak peek of the first one. It is titled, "My best friend's girlfriend is making heavy moves at me and I don't know how to tell him." Now, this is going to be one of those stories where we look at it and we say, you know, there's girls out here who say that they have guy friends and he's nothing to worry about. Yeah, okay, sure, buddy. But guys, we're going to jump straight back into the TikTok and break it down together. So again, leave your opinions and let's get into it.
The other day, a man told me he didn't like women who are beautiful and know it. I have a sneaking suspicion the feeling's mutual, I told him.
I highly doubt he said that. I don't know anyone who has ever said the phrase, that phrase that she just said right there. You see, what she's doing is she's changing his words to fit what she wants to say. He probably said something along the lines of, I don't like bossy women, or I don't like women who think that they're attractive when they're not, or something like, I don't know, something like that, right? But she's just like changing words. This is one of those things where you listen to it and you're like, wow, yeah, this didn't happen, did it? And the thing about this is, like, is a lot of what we say on this side of the internet, right? And a lot of what men say in general, what these people will do is they'll just twist it to suit whatever it is they're trying to say, even though it might not be true. And the thing is, what he's trying to say, or what he probably did say, is he doesn't like entitled women, which, wow, guys, absolute shocker. I'm sure many of you who have been in long-term marriages, long-term relationships and stuff like that, you know what entitlement looks like, right? You're doing all these things for your partner, trying to make them happy, and it's just doing nothing, because the more you try and give someone the world, guys, the faster they run away, if they're a girl, that is. Girls do not, as much as they say they do, girls do not appreciate this whole being given the world crap. Those are the types of guys that get cheated on. They get used for their money, their resources, their time. Okay? Meanwhile, you got this guy out here paying $0 and seeing her at 2 a.m. on a Wednesday.
He did not like this. Some women are so stuck up, he says to me. No, society's just given you the mistaken impression that women only exist if you are there to validate them.
So, stuck-up women don't exist, then? Guys, so I was trawling through TikToks, you know, submissions and stuff like that, trying to find what we'd watch today, and my brain has just turned to mush over the logical incoherence of this crap. Okay? So, guys, women can never be entitled. Oh, it's just society. Right? There's no such thing as people who have negative character traits. Guys, newsflash, gentlemen. Women do not have negative character traits. It's just society telling you that they exist, guys. It's all in your head. You know, for girls who sit on the internet and complain all day about gaslighting, you know, it's pretty interesting to watch them gaslight people, isn't it? Like, it's all, you know, it's almost like it's just what they do. All right. A lot of these girls, what'll happen is, oh, he's calling me crazy, he's gaslighting me. They never consider the fact that maybe you're actually crazy. You know what I mean? It's always like, oh well, because crazy people, man, they don't know that they're crazy people. Right? I think it was Jim Jeffries who said that. You know, the comedian. He was like, "Crazy people don't know that." I don't know. Probably hundreds of people have said it. Who am I kidding? But the point is, like, if you tell a girl like this she's crazy, she's gonna rationalize it in some different way. Oh, you're gaslighting me, or you've been conditioned by society, or some crap like that. But she's crazy. Yes. I mean, like, all we need to do is look at the. I've said this, we're going to move on in a second, but I've said this before on the channel, guys. If you're dating a girl with excessive amounts of tattoos, I would just like to say a good luck to you, my friend. Good luck with that, okay? These are giant red flags right here. Giant red flags.
I don't know how to tell you this, but we all have mirrors now. And we have eyes for picking out clothes that suit us. Yours are not required. You want to be worshipped by a goddess without having to be a god.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna keep all of the comments to myself. That'll just get me wiped off the platform, gentlemen. But we're all thinking it. And sometimes these videos, like, they just, wow, it's amazing how the criticism just writes itself. You know, like, I don't even have to be critical or anything. It's just like the criticism just writes itself, doesn't it? It's what's that? People that always quotes Kevin Samuels over. You can't make it up, right? Ridiculous. But here's the thing, okay? I just want to point this out, right? Women like this will always put up the argument. The argument will always be something like this. Oh, well, we can look however we want because it's not about pleasing other people. Or I don't care what other people think of me. And that's true up to an extent. Right, guys? Like, if you're a guy out here, I've used this example many times, but, like, let's just say you're a car guy, or, you got your hobby, whatever your hobby is, right? But let's just say, for the sake of argument, you're a car guy. Don't go out there buying a car because you think it's what girls will like or be attracted to, or what society thinks that you should have. You should buy the car that you want. That childhood dream car of you, the one that you've always liked, or the thing that you've always wanted to get, whether that's cars or something else. You're not out here doing it to impress other people. Okay, I can get behind that message. Something I can't get behind is when people say, "Oh, well, you shouldn't want to. It's not about what other people think." That's true up until the point where nobody likes you. Like, at a certain point, you have to be considerate of other people. I'm so sick of this attitude, man, of like, oh yeah, it's all about me, screw everyone else, because that's all you're you're the only person you've got. And I can agree to that to an extent, but these people, like, you have families, you have friends, okay? And it's not even, from a purely selfish point of view, it's not even going to benefit you to be a nuisance in society that nobody wants to deal with. Like, all you're doing is harming yourself at that point. Like, this whole aggressive, passive-aggressive, like, I don't even know if this is supposed to be humor. This has the hashtag self-love on it and hashtag empowerment. No, oh my, guys, it has the hashtag, I'm looking at it right now on this side of the screen, it has the hashtag funny on it. I mean, like, at a certain point, you have to consider what kind of, how other people are experiencing you, okay? It doesn't matter how great you want to say you are. It doesn't matter how beautiful you want to say you are. That's something for other people to determine, okay? My goodness, man.
All I hear when you say things like this is, strong women make me feel funny because I know I have nothing to offer them.
I have never heard a guy say, wow, I don't like strong women. Or like, I've never heard a guy express being afraid of women in general or strong women. I've never heard that in my life. See, these people, what they're doing, again, is they're conflating entitlement and they're conflating fear with not wanting to deal with you. Like, you see how the manipulation works, right? You see how all these little word shifts that are going on during videos like this. And make no mistake, if you're a guy and you're in a long-term relationship, you better believe, especially if you don't know what you're doing or you don't know how things are actually working, you can bet your behind you're going to experience word shifts like this. And the problem is, we as guys will actually listen to language, and you'll get these girls out here who will say, oh, men don't listen, or men have listening problems, or how come my husband doesn't listen to me? Because you're speaking a different language, bro. These girls are speaking an entirely different language, because if you follow the words that they actually say, it makes no damn sense. This is why you get guys in marriages, long-term relationships, and we're sitting there, right? trying to do everything right, trying to get things right, trying to listen to what the girl said, what her needs are, and the more you meet those needs, the further away she pulls from you. She'll cheat on you. She'll get with another dude, whatever the hell. She'll just disrespect you, treat you like crap. It's like, and you wonder why people don't take stuff like this seriously. Like, and the fact that this is branded under humor is just beyond me. Maybe this isn't my type of humor, but you let me guys know if you find this funny. I don't see it, man.
And that's why women don't like you.
And of course, we have to tack on at the end, it's about women not liking you, right? See, because if you think that a woman being entitled is unattractive, oh, well, you're just misogynistic and no women like you. Like, that's the take-home message there. Like, how disgusting is that, man? For people who complain about manipulation and guys treating them like crap all the time, they certainly know how to treat their viewers like crap. Like, me watching that, I feel insulted. Like, it's so disgusting, man. And, like, yeah, you get these guys say, oh, Taylor, that's so... Like, I'm not going to remove her from the internet or anything like that. Hell, I wouldn't... If I wasn't watching this for the show, guys, I wouldn't pull up that crap. Like, I'd just block it or whatever the hell. But, I mean, Jesus. Just gonna let my brain mellow out a bit, man. Like, it's early in the morning. Oh, my goodness. I haven't had my coffee yet. All right, let's jump into this story, guys. And this is one of the, the girl having a guy best friend type deals. So let's crack into it. It's a bit of a long one, so we'll read it together. And I'm going to leave the link to this in the, I think you have to expand the description to get to it. But I'm going to leave this in the description in case you guys want to read the full thing yourself without me rambling over it. But let's crack into it. I'll try to keep this as short and as simple as I can. Sorry if it's long, I'll add a too long didn't read at the end. One of my closest friends, a guy who's 18-year-old, his girlfriend, who's 19 years old, is making moves on me. I'm 22 years old and have known them for both about 3 years since I started college. Me and her used to be very flirty together. Not extreme stuff, but small things. She'd wear my hoodie if it was cold, she would cuddle into me. I'd jokingly but not jokingly tell her that her butt looked nice, etc. It wasn't ever serious, it was just done in a friendly way. When she met my friend, they quickly started liking each other and I convinced him to ask for her Snapchat. He did, and a few weeks later, they were official. They've been official for, I think, like 5-ish months. Obviously, as soon as they started talking, I stopped being flirty with her. My friend knows we used to be flirty. It doesn't bother him. His exact words, she's hot. I can't blame you for flirting with her. Haha. He doesn't care as long as we don't flirt anymore, which obviously we don't. Before we continue, guys, I mean, let's just point this out. Let's point out the obvious, okay? Girls have far more opportunities for relationships and fun times, shall we say, than you as a man. You as a man, you actually have to, unless you're like genetically gifted just by default, and you just look really good, top 5% or something like that, top 10%er. You actually have to earn your place in the dating market. You have to earn your place in life. It's about what you produce for society. Men are viewed by society, particularly at a young age, as just useless because it's about what you can provide to society. Okay, men, you have to actually build something to be worth something. These girls who are 19 and all this kind of crap, they will have way more experience than the average guy because everything's just thrown at them. Free validation, free crap, free attention, right? And the thing about this is, if you're in a relationship with a girl and she is your age, especially if you're young, you can almost guarantee she has more experience than you. If she's a year or two older than you, what you're doing is you're compounding the issue, and that's going to manifest itself in either her treating you like crap, her cheating on you, feeling like she deserves better, her manipulating you, or something to that effect. Okay, guys? So when we talk about dating other older women, I would suggest that you do not do that. And also, the last thing to point out before we move on is that if you didn't know, I would encourage you guys to look up the wall graph or something to that effect, where it shows what ages that women are attracted to. Women are not attracted to men who are younger than them. I don't think, unless I'm mistaken somewhere on that graph, but I really don't think so. Typically, they're attracted to men who are a few years older than them. Excuse me. And would you look at this? The guy who's making this post is 22. She's 19. I mean, that's just the perfect gap where she's looking at him going, "Ooh, that's more interesting than this little guy that I've got." Right? Let's continue with the story. Anyway, I had a little gathering at my house last weekend. 4 of my friends came over, including him and her. Long story short, we played spin the bottle for a laugh. She dared me to kiss her. Of course, I and my other guy friend said, "Whoa, what the hell?" In my awkwardness, I laughed and said, "Friend's name is literally right there." And he said, Would you do it if I wasn't? I obviously said, no, you're my boy, you think I'd do that to you, and he laughed it off. Another thing to note, my friend is very shy and awkward. This is his first relationship, first girl he's been with, etc. You see, this is the kind of crap where, like, we as guys, it's really sad to say, but we're really stupid when it comes to this stuff. We're really manipulatable. Compared to girls, okay, if you didn't know, girls when they're young, they will, despite what the womanists will tell you, they actually display far different interests than men. Okay, so if you leave kids to their own devices, let's just say you leave, boys and girls, and you let them pick their own toys, girls are going to pick crap like, dolls and things resembling people, humanoid type toys, right? Guys are typically gonna pick trucks. They're gonna pick something to do with building, it's like sand or vehicles, whatever the hell, block building, like I said. And the thing about that is, girls learn to manipulate at a very young age. Now, I'm not saying that girls are manipulative, evil people. I don't particularly care. All right, it's just human nature. All right, but girls have a way bigger head start. If you want to talk about manipulation and social dynamics, it just leaves men so vulnerable to being manipulated, and it frustrates me, man, that nobody talks about this. Like, because we as guys, like particularly the young guys, are so easily, I don't want to use this word in case it flags the video, but used, shall we say. And I mean that in a negative connotation. Okay? Because guys go into relationships having this naive idea that things are gonna be going well and we can just be nice and do all of these kind things, and it just gets thrown back in your face, man. Just absolutely thrown back in your face. Let's continue. So later that night, I went into my garden to smoke, and she came outside and asked me for a lighter. I said, didn't the name of a friend ask you to quit? And she basically said, yeah, but I want one. So I handed her one, and she said, just have some of that and don't tell him I gave it to you. You shouldn't be doing it if he doesn't want you to. Well, she sat next to me, had some, and handed it back to me, sat on my lap, kissed my cheek, and said, thank you, S3XY, and went back inside. I just froze before my other guy friend came outside, and I told him. A while after this, I went to the bathroom, and as I was washing my hands, she walked in. My bathroom lock broke a couple of weeks ago. Everyone was aware of this. I didn't say anything to her, and I went to walk out before she sat on my sink and pulled me into her. I put my hands on her shoulders to keep her at a distance and asked what the hell she was doing. She said, he's talking to another friend of his. He won't know. I stepped backwards and walked out. They left shortly after this. Now, a week later, let's scroll this up a little bit. Now, a week later, she's texting me things like we should meet up and has literally outright said this sentence right here. I just want to do it once and get it out of my system. And I know that night wasn't just because she was intoxicated. Now, guys, this is a situation that happens to a lot of men, and unfortunately, particularly the younger men. If you're an older guy and you're watching this, maybe you're 30, 40, 50, whatever the case may be, you're looking at this going, oh yeah, I can see this happening, or this has happened to me. Or, you understand what's going on here, right? But the problem is, what's happening in society is, I personally believe that men are just being treated like absolute crap. Just absolute crap. And part of that is, the young guys in particular, what's happening is they're getting indoctrinated with all this crap saying, oh, well, I should do this. I should buy her this. I should treat her this way because, men inherently don't know how to treat women. Okay? Men are just painted as these awful creatures that have no clue what they're doing. They're stupid. They're blunderous. Okay? And so young men will think to themselves, okay, well, what do I do then? And they'll follow the advice that society gives them. And we already know how the advice society gives you goes, right? You'll end up in a divorce court. You'll end up in a terrible relationship. You'll get manipulated. You'll get cheated on. Something to that effect. Okay? And it all comes from this naivety that young men are fed. Hell, men in general are fed this, let's be honest. Right? Let's continue. Anyway, I'm telling my friend because he deserves to know. If this was the other way around, I know he would tell me. I feel like a DICK for waiting a week as it is, but I was on holiday and vacation since Monday and only just got back. I just need advice on how to tell the poor guy. I don't want him to hate me. I don't want him to be heartbroken, although there's no way I can stop that. So if anyone has been through this kind of thing can help, I'd appreciate it. Right now I'm planning to invite him over and just straight up tell him, but I'm worried I should go about this differently. Should I have our other friend, who knows the situation, be there to confront him in case he gets angry at me? Should I go to his house instead so he doesn't have to go home upset? I don't know. I need advice. Too long didn't read My best friend's girlfriend of 5 months tried to have fun with me in the bathroom. I'm telling him, but I don't know how to. And we're going to go into the update here, guys, and close up the video. So let's see what happened. My friend came over this morning. He basically said, I've been wondering what you need to talk about all week. And I said, it ain't anything good, mate, before we sat in my living room. Is this guy Australian? I think this guy might be Australian. I had the texts ready on my phone, although I deleted the one text where she said, you'd be a better F. As somebody pointed out, he didn't need to see that, it would kill him. So I told him, whatever you want to do, I'll support you, and handed him my phone. He read through the text and started crying. I gently smacked his back, etc. He asked if anything happened in the bathroom. Of course, I said, God, no. I promised you my life, nothing happened. And he just nodded and passed me my phone back. He said, if this is a prank, I'm going to kill you both. And I said, I wish it was. But respect to him, he stood up, wiped his tears, and asked if I'd take him to her house to get his stuff. He had left there. He doesn't drive. Of course I did. So we drove to her house, and he just said he told me, give me back my stuff. As soon as she opened the door, she started punching my chest. She's like 4'10" and skinny as S. I'm fine, lol. And this is the kind of stuff that, before we continue and wrap it up, guys, I mean, I don't think this is fine regardless. I don't care if a girl does no damage to you, if you're a big guy, right? I don't care if it's ineffectual. The fact that she did it, I mean, yeah, that's a whole nother issue entirely, okay? Like, I'm glad that this guy's fine, obviously. But, like, this kind of stuff is shrugged off as though it's nothing. And I know a lot of you guys are reading this and going, wow, that's disgusting. And I'm there with you, to be honest. Screaming stuff like, I can't believe you told him, F you, etc. While he went inside and got all of his stuff, I told her, you tried to cheat on my best friend. What the F did you expect me to do? And all of that. Anyway, he got all his stuff. She cried, begged him not to go, and he just told her to never speak to him again. Very good. Very, very good. Also, I told him that our other friend knew since I had to talk to somebody about it, and he was fine with it. I dropped him home and went inside for a while and had lunch with him. The same other friend is having a small party tonight, just 6 people because of something or other, whoops, for his birthday. So we're going to go do that, and hopefully he'll cheer up. It's great he's still going out for that stuff. When I was cheated on, I just sat in my depression. So this guy, you see what I mean? How common this is, by the way? Like, this guy knows what's happened. Jesus. Anyway, that's the update. If I missed anything out, let me know and I'll reply. Thanks for all the advice. I mean, guys, like, you can look at this story and you can say, okay, well, Taylor, this is a one-off. But again, these things are incredibly common, man. Like, if you're a guy and you watch videos like mine on this side of the internet, or you watch other content creators, you could already tell what was going to happen if you just put all the names together. I mean, put all the ages together, right? And a lot of guys will go through this and they'll think that they're either alone or that, you know, they don't know what to do and stuff like that. And that's one of the things, like, that's one of the reasons why I'm so happy that this side of the internet exists, right? Because there used to be a time when this crap would happen to you and you couldn't talk to anyone about it. You couldn't talk about men's issues at all. Now we can talk about it, but we're still kind of shoved out of the light a lot, right? Like, but anyway, guys, we're going to leave today's video there. Make sure you leave your thoughts, your comments below. Let us know what you think of this story. And again, if you want to read the whole thing, maybe have a read over, or you haven't been watching, I'm going to leave the link to that in the description. So if you want to go have a look for yourself, feel free to do so. But guys, we're going to leave it there. As always, subscribe on your way out. Come and join the Discord, link in the description if you haven't already. And as always, if you'd like to support the channel, make sure you check out the Patreon link in the description. It's a fantastic way to support the channel. So if you're interested in doing that, the link for that is somewhere below the video. We're going to call it there, guys. As always, take care of yourselves, and I will see you boys in the next one. Peace.